We are live.
Welcome to Not Married to the Name. I have terrible lighting today. This is PBR Smasher. I am Deuce Dangler.
What is
And
up?
we're going to talk about PlayStation's state of gay today and
The
how terrible
pain.
their brand is doing.
The pain.
How little they had. Yeah, so you watched it. I skimmed it. I also watched um, Grant's podcast on it. And to be honest, I can't say there's anything at all that really caught my attention. I wrote down a few notes, but only because I had some exciting commentary in my head go off when I watched it. But
Oh, yeah. Let's lay the foundation for these people. PlayStation.
if you
State
if you
of
haven't
Play
seen it,
2025. 3.32 billion active gamers worldwide. State of Play 2.4 million views. All right. That's
I don't know what the dislike ratio is because I don't have the extension on there, and I can't imagine it's actually too high. I doubt they got ratioed, but uh, I didn't watch it.
all right.
I only
Let
thought
me
about watching it so we could talk about it.
let me briefly lay the stats out. Globally, 3.09 billion active video game players. By 2024, 3.32 billion gamers worldwide. And the US has over 3,000 esports players, which I think is higher. I think there's more esports players than 3,000. Asia's got 1.5 billion gamers, 53% are male, 47% female. Whatever, I don't know about that one.
That's a
I
lie.
think
They're
bullshit,
all
right?
playing Valorant. Yeah, they're
Bullshit.
all playing
All right.
Valorant. That's what most females play.
This is an interesting one. 52% of gamers subscribe to at least one gaming service. We have got three gaming companies. What console companies do you think of when you think of gaming consoles?
Consoles. I would say Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Correct. 2.4 million views in a $3 billion gamer industry. They got 2.4 million views. How sad is that? It's pathetic.
Yeah, there's people who put out a video and within an hour they have 5 to 700,000 views, and within a day they can crank up to, you know, a couple million, and that's somebody who releases content regularly,
I think
not
they're
somebody who.
They're scared to
Go ahead.
advertise that shit. Yeah, yeah, regular content, not someone who's doing this once every 6 months.
Yeah, or if that. I mean, Sony's gone through it. They've made a lot of bad decisions. They're continuing to make bad decisions, and they don't know what bad decisions they're made in the past. It's like they can't figure it out. I don't understand what's going on in these companies where they're like, "Yep, keep on that way," and it's like, "Oh, that's the wrong way. Back up. Take the right, not
Two
the
final
left."
things to take away from it. The comments were largely disappointed. The top comment on the video: keep your expectations low and you'll never be disappointed. The second top comment: no timestamps for the games. Wow, that sure says it all. They don't even have
Yeah. Well, and the one
timestamps where you can
comment
go through and see.
I was irritated by that. The one comment that I had read that was funny is it said, "No Dark Souls information. You're welcome. You don't have to watch it."
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah, they really have nothing happening, and I don't know what's going on over there. I'm opting out of this console generation. I only barely bought into the last console generation, um, but ever since that disappointment, I've pretty much shifted to PC only. I've
yeah.
been playing PC the whole time, but
Yeah, I don't play console anymore really either. I love Xbox, but I just don't even have Game Pass. I haven't had it for about a
should we
year.
even our heads out? Because you're like super
Sorry, buddy.
low. You want me to lower my?
No,
Okay, about
we're good
that.
there. My bad, buddy.
I'm gonna go down a slight bit here. Okay, there we go.
That was a good call.
Oh yeah, much more bald,
I forgot to lower this.
more bald head showing. Oh yeah, you're all good.
So this PS, we're gonna stay with the state of play here for a little bit. The PS state of
Yeah, sure.
play started out with Monster Hunter Wilds, which is coming out February 28th. Looks fairly lame. Looks worse than the last Monster Hunter, in my opinion.
I never played Monster Hunter. My buddies played it, but I never got into it. It's just not my play style, I guess. It never grabbed me. I was never like, that's a game I want to play.
I have a gripe, and I want to see if you have the same gripe. So, in my opinion, it looks like a game that's possibly not complete because they're already announcing the first DLC, and they're already announcing there's going to be a roadmap full of all sorts of updates, and we're going to release the roadmap in the future. To me, that makes it sound like it's an incomplete game, and they're just pushing it out to get it out there, and then they're going to try to keep it alive. But
I think when you're announcing DLC before your game has been released, something's gonna miss, and they're trying to like be like, well, but the DLC. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel either. The next takeaway I have from this state of play is that there is a fuck ton of these hack and slash sword games. Like,
oh yeah,
every game
Japanese
is
sword play is in style right now.
Yeah. Shinobi Art
I
of
don't.
Vengeance.
I think they're trying to eat up the void of Shadow's gigantic shadow that it's put out on the industry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever played like a samurai style game that I actually wanted to play again, like play through twice, multiple times.
I've never played Ninja Gaiden. I know that's a top tier difficult game. Never played it.
I don't think I played it either. I'm not into games that are difficult on the level where you have to learn the repetition of how to fight a certain boss.
Parrying and
Those types of
dodging and
games,
different things.
yeah, those types of games never do it for me. I like to be able to play how I want to play and not play how I'm forced to play. That's just me though.
Yeah, Shinobi Art of Vengeance just looked like hack and slash. We had some other ones that looked the same. One that looked kind of cool that was a sword game. It's called Lost Soul Aside. But, oh no, I put it looks lame. It looks lame. The guy voicing the Lost Soul Aside trailer sounded like Optimus Prime from Transformers.
Was it him?
It probably was. And they just got a big name, a big voice to try and draw people's attention.
Yeah.
I imagine a voice is probably pretty cheap, isn't it?
I don't know. I think it depends on the quality of the voice actor because there's some people that are in a lot of games that I feel like deserve a little bit of money, you know. But the one game that Grant talked about is Hell Is Us. I don't know if you noted anything about that.
I did.
It's not really a gameplay. There's not much gameplay in it. There's some like ambiance stuff.
I didn't think it looked very appealing to me.
It looks. Is it a who's the writer or the director of the game? Did they say? It looks like a Kazunori game, or is that's the GT5 guy or the Gran Turismo guy? Who's the guy who does Snake and?
Oh, Metal Gear Solid guy? I don't know.
Yeah, fuck. I know he got fired from where he was working, but
Hell Is Us is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Rogue Factor and published by Nacon. Expected to release is on September 4th, 2025, but it's also going to be on Xbox. It's not even a state of play.
I don't think many of the games they showed are like their games, are they?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
They should hope not for what I watch.
It's confusing nowadays.
The next one, the Mario Kart knockoff, Sonic Racing.
Sonic Racing though has a reputation of being a solid game because this isn't the first one.
Hey, listen, he's the fastest hedgehog. Does he need a car? He's the fastest hedgehog, man. I don't know.
That was what somebody said. I think it was Grant or somebody.
Yes.
Said he needs a car because he's faster than everybody else. I'm sorry for the mess behind me, by the way.
Listen,
this room's
I didn't mean to railroad you there. I think Sonic is probably fun. And the students that watched the game in my class today, we watched the state of play for about 20 minutes. They said that they thought that game actually, since they like Mario Kart, they would consider playing that one.
I don't like Mario Kart, but I do play it from time to time because the youngest enjoys playing it. Um, it's an okay game, but it's kind of like Rocket Racing, kind of like similar play style,
We got
where it's
Diddy
mostly just
Kong
kind of
Racing, Sonic, and Mario were kind of the three staples, and then now they got Rocket Racing, Hot Wheels Racing,
yeah.
a few
They've had a
others.
bunch of other yeah throughout the years,
Um,
but
so
yeah, go ahead.
who are these studios and who are making these games? I don't know if you saw the Digimon trailer. There's like a train going up a rail. Who the fuck is playing Digimon cards in 2025? I'd
I
like.
don't know where they're getting their ideas to make games. It's like
We should be wiping
I
our
think they're
ass with
just
Digimon.
trying. I think they're trying so hard to like find something that's almost the same as like I mean I don't know Digimon, but I'm assuming it's got to be similar to Pokemon at the end of the day. Um, I think they're just trying to find something that can captivate people for long enough time to make money off of it. Because it all feels like a cash grab at this point. Like none of the games. Okay, I take it back. A few of the games seem like they're a little um, creatively vacant, but some of them do have like a nice feel. There was one. Did you see Directive 8020?
Yes, I do. I did see it.
It that one to me is the one of the main ones that actually looked interesting because I'm like a huge space buff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did it have the little DEI feel to it? It did, but I also don't know the story, so I guess I'd have to learn more about the story before I can understand what is exactly going on.
It did not appeal to me, but I thought graphically it looked nice.
Graphically, it looked really nice. It depends on how the game plays too. Yeah, you're right. Like it, what type of a game is it?
Um,
But
so let's take a
my
sidetrack here.
note for that,
What?
my note for that said black people in space.
Oh my god. Hey, all right. They already got the best hops, man. They deserve to be in the zero gravity all the time. Um, they're healthier than we are too. So what do you think? We take a Digimon
Who's we?
character.
We're
What
not even
is?
from the same continent.
No, I'm talking to you and me.
I
We.
know. I'm talking about you and me. We're not even from the same continent.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm Welsh.
All right. What? What
Just
the
saying. How
fuck?
far back are we going? You're looping all these people into the same category. Anyway,
I'm just talking.
racist.
I'm
Guys
talking.
are racist.
I'm talking about you and me. You're just trying to. You're not turning this racist card on me today, buddy. No, thank you.
How do I fucking
Anyway,
whatever.
you and me,
You're full screen now.
we're Digimon. We get characters. Who is your Digimon character's name gonna be?
I had never played Digimon. I don't know what's appropriate.
Shardazor? I don't know.
I,
Shartlord?
I don't. I've never played it. I don't even know what the game is. If it's anything like Pokemon, my name is not playing.
I was just trying to make a funny Digimon name, man.
I
Uh,
don't know any of the Digimon characters to be
I don't
uh,
either.
coming up with a name. Yeah. When did that die? That had to have died in like the 90s, right?
I have a binder full of baseball, football cards, all that. I do have about 15 Digimon cards.
Have you gone through? They might come into style here. You might make some money. Have you gone through your cards lately? Do you
Yeah,
have anything of value?
I do have two cards of value, but they're not. They're actually more recent. I have a Jackass butt X-ray card of Ryan Dunn, a 1 of 10, and so a picture of when he shoved the toy car up his ass.
Hmm.
And then I've got a UFC card that's worth some good money, and some older basketball cards that aren't bad. By
Long
by not
story
bad, I mean
short,
10-20 bucks tops.
Sony bit the dick. They suck. Nobody cares about any of the games they announced. And that's pretty much all I have to say on that topic. But back to cards. My
Wait,
brother, what?
I do have two more we could talk about at some
Okay,
point.
go. No, go for it.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
here, let me just say
Let's talk
this.
about cards. Let's talk about cards.
My brother's so retarded, right? This guy, my grandpa gave him his cards from when he was collecting cards, which was probably not from his childhood. It was probably later, probably more like stuff from the 90s. Anyway, my brother had a card that you might have heard of. It was a Michael Jordan rookie card, and I seen it. It was a PSA 10, the card was, but it sold for like 1 point something million dollars, and I'm just like, he threw them away. He threw. He
Oh,
had
dude.
he had thousands of cards, and when I say thousands of cards, I mean literally thousands of cards just in this gigantic bin. And I was like, "Where'd you put those cards?" He's like, "I don't know." I was like searching my parents' house up and down. He's like, "I either threw them away or gave them to somebody." And I'm like, "Oh, you fucker! I could retired already." But he
Yep.
had some solid cards. The only
Cards.
card I actually have. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The only card I actually have is a Barry Bonds card, which is worth about $500, and I have a what was his name? Steve McGuire,
Mark McGuire.
Mark
Home
McGuire.
run man. Steroids.
I have a gold. Oh hell yeah! I have a gold card of Mark McGuire's. It's probably worth about $50.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
50
it.
big ones. Dude,
Who's the
50
the
bucks is
Dolphins?
worth a lot in cards now though. Like cards come and
Yeah,
go a lot. It's hard to get a valuable card, especially in the
yeah,
sporting kind. You really the money now to be made today is in Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and some of those kind of games.
yeah. But those will fade because Magic the Gathering and Pokemon's a generational thing, and as soon as our generation fades off, those are going to be less desirable. They'll still have value, obviously, for people's like, oh, my grandpa used to play Pokemon.
You
I
don't
heard
think
about the Pokemon.
you don't think sports are generational?
They are, but I mean, everybody thinks LeBron James the best player of all time right now, and it's like, no, he's not. He he might statistically be. He's also been playing in the league for like 500 years, but I say if you put him up against prime 90s and late 80s players, he would just be another average guy.
Really?
Especially if he had without the knowledge that he has, because he has knowledge from everybody who played before him, watching Jordan and Pippen and the early Bulls, fucking Larry Bird, the goat,
Well,
by the way.
it's hard to explain it like
It's
in that
hard.
regard. Yeah, because if you're a UFC fighter, UFC fighters of today are going to infinitely be more knowledgeable, especially with ground game and grappling than they used to be. So,
Well, I compare it to skateboarding. People from the late 80s, early 80s are looked at now as like if you're from outside the skateboarding world, they're like those guys are fucking noobs. But without those guys, nobody would be as good as they are today because they wouldn't even think to do the stuff that they're doing. I mean, Rodney Mullen is one of the only skateboarders from that generation that translates into the modern era
correct.
with his skills.
Now there's kids that
Everybody
are
else is
ripping 900s with
yeah, little kids.
different mix-ins, but they're little kids, yeah. But they get to
Yeah, little
practice
Asian
every
kids.
day. They've been
Yeah.
doing it since they were kids. Like there weren't vert ramps when they started skating.
But before what skateboarding is now, it was people fucking weaving in and out of cones as fast as they could. That was top tier skateboarding then.
Yeah.
So it's all about perspective and the generation you live in, dude. And realistically, nobody now is better than anybody then. It's just the knowledge they have of the sport that made them better, not necessarily their skills. Because it's a
I bet those
progression
dudes
thing,
were still just
100%.
as gnarly back then. I bet they
Probably
would have
more
done
gnarly.
they would have done the shit today that guys do now if
If
they knew about the
yeah,
spots.
Yeah, if they would have grown up, if those guys would have grown up now, they'd have been just as good. Or maybe other kids would have been just as good, but like, because everybody has a specific kind of flavor to them. But anyway, that's
Uh,
all I'm saying.
2 games. Splitgate looked good, which is free.
Did you play the first one?
I did
How much?
probably 10 hours. I
It's
enjoyed it. Didn't have
not
anyone
a
to play it
lot.
with. No,
I always said it reminded me of Halo.
it was the
Uh,
filler until Halo Infinite came out for me.
is that what it was? Yeah.
Mhm.
It was one of those games that had that gimmicky feel to it when it came to like the actual Splitgate part. And I wasn't a fan of the fact that you could see through the gate and shoot at people through it.
Well, you don't like
That
Halo though either.
no, Halo's
You know.
ass. But
So
no, I don't dislike Halo. I don't like the shield mechanics in Halo. I don't like that the head is just. I don't like that you have to break the shield before you can shoot somebody in the head. I think that's annoying. That's why I don't like Halo, to be honest. Otherwise, Halo's super solid. It's fun to play.
WWE 2K25 comes out with something called The Island. You run around this island up to 50 players in a run around mode. I think the running looked really clunky. If you cannot run on the island, I don't understand what the point is because it's a wrestling game. I asked the students in the class, they said on 2025, 2K25, the basketball one, all they do is play the park because you can do pickup games. But
Oh, there's like people on the sideline. You can just play a pickup game.
yeah, but if 2K25 doesn't allow you to wrestle, I don't know. Like I don't know what it's going to allow. So that game looked kind of like a dud. Borderlands 4 looked okay, kind of looked like Bulletstorm, and then the game that I thought looked somewhat good, the only game in the whole thing, Tides of Annihilation. And it was a slash 'em, nice graphic game. Not the kind of game I would normally play, but it's the only game I thought that appealed to me. So,
Um,
and it's not announced. There's no date announced for it.
it's third person though, which is where it doesn't break the game. Like for me, it doesn't like it's not a hard pass, especially as a single player game. It doesn't make it a hard pass, but I don't know. It feels like another Souls style game where it's like, I don't know. I just have a hard time differentiating all these games that have big boss fights and progression up to the big boss fight. Like it just to me, they all feel like the exact same game.
Right.
But
Just
maybe that's just me.
It's funny. It's funny when Days Gone Remastered is one of the better looking games, the funner looking games, and it's just a remaster. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my, I don't give a shit
I didn't
about
play
place.
Days Gone. I always thought it looked cool though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play it?
I've only seen it played. I've sat and watched people play it. Looks fun.
I mean, to be honest, that's probably about the same anyway. If you're watching somebody who's, similarly skilled to yourself. Um,
But we can cut it there because about PlayStation because you're right. Very underwhelming. Spare the
have
people.
you heard of Siege X yet? All right. So this is where you're gonna want to write down the time marker and you're gonna want to insert a video to this, or you can pause it and share your screen and then we can watch the trailer for Siege X. I want to see your. I want to hear your opinion, baby. I want to. I mean, so
Give
just
me
for
something to
background,
dream of. Sledgehammer and
have
walls.
I have over 2,000 hours in Siege, which by many people's opinions not that much,
And
but
10 hours in women.
per day.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I have a handful of hours in the game. I loved it at launch, and then slowly as the years went on, I thought the game fell into a giant piece of shit, and now it takes 14 years and patience to ADS because you're just like, it feels like an old man's game. Yeah, it just doesn't feel. Original Siege. Me and Grant were talking about this the other day. Siege, before anybody knew how to play Siege, was the best version of the game. As soon as people started learning all the cheese strats and how to like manipulate the physics in the game, not like physics, but like the maps themselves, that's when the game started to fall apart. And that was probably around Mira.
It sounds like you're describing Fortnite.
Why? Oh, I didn't play Fortnite in the beginning. So
Fortnite was
I don't have
magic
reference.
before people started slapping together structures because you'd get into a normal organic gunplay with like one or two walls, and the walls would be to like build onto a roof. They wouldn't be to build a
Defend
massive
yourself.
structure and hide
Yeah.
inside of it. Ugh. So Mira changed the game because she allowed you to see through walls.
Hard walls.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I say
CJX.
that That's when I say that the game started to do this. It started to peak, and this is early. That's early. That's like season 2, maybe season 3, maybe even season 1. I don't remember exactly. I played the game for 5 years though, so I think I played up until Finca. I think Finca was the last season that I played. No, I take it back. It was the bull guy, the guy who runs through the walls and can like pull
Goyo.
himself up the ashes.
Or not Goyo. Is it Goyo?
No, no,
Um,
I don't
Goro?
even know
No.
what Goyos. Uh,
Oryx.
Oryx, yeah, something like that. Orcs or Orcsy or Orcs. I think
Orcs.
it's
Yeah,
Orcs.
Orcs.
Yeah,
Something like that.
somewhere around that time period is when I really faded out because we used to have a 5-man and we would get on every single night and play for at least 3 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours a day easily.
Damn.
Yeah, it was
PC?
awesome. No, PlayStation 4.
Did you use
Um,
paddles?
no, we were all using just stock controllers at that point. Um,
Back when gaming was at its crispiest because no one had
it
all these
was.
extra
I
advantages.
mean, they still had like the modded controllers and shit, but we were all just playing stock controllers, and we didn't play ranked though because I didn't want to play ranked. So our group was very uneven when it came to the skill. You know, we played with some guys who are really good, some guys who are really bad, and some people who are just right down the middle. And we never played ranked because it would be a huge deficit to our team. It's like not everybody's on the same page, and we're trying to have fun, not yell at each other in the microphone like, "What the fuck are you doing?" you know. So we never really played. We played ranked sometimes, but 99% of the time we were just playing casual.
Favorite
That
operator?
oh, um, what time period?
Mm, I don't know.
Originally,
Sure.
defense,
Who?
offense or defense.
Both.
I would say now my favorite defender is Legion, um, but I don't play him like a lot of people do. I play him so I can watch my own back. That's why I play him. I like being able to get notifications that somebody's creeping up behind me. Um, fuck, I used to main Mute though. That was my main player. Mute was fire. He had good guns too.
MP5K.
No, I used the LA 85 or whatever it is.
Oh,
Or wait,
really?
what did he have?
MP5?
Mute. Fuck it, I'm gonna look it up. What's your favorite operator?
Glaz and Maverick. And then I like Glaz for the early round play, and then I switch. So Glaz is specific to the map and round. Otherwise, I prefer like a Maverick. Um,
Okay, it was the MP5K. You're right. I don't know why I thought it wasn't.
Other than that, on defense, I like Mute, and I like Legion, and it just depends. I'll mix it up.
Yeah,
Mute and
I'd
Legion.
say there's so many operators now. I used to be a Jaeger main,
Oh,
Jaeger and Jaeger and Ash, but everybody on Ash ran the RC4. I ran the G36. So I wasn't even running the meta with her. I just liked her because you could, she was quick to, her ability was easy. It wasn't really too big of a deal if you were playing solo, you know? So
her ability is
I
nice
played,
from distance because you can actually get the angle while it's about to explode, and then you'll have the angle right when it explodes, so
yeah,
it's ready.
yeah. And then on defense, really, I kind of just float around now. I'm not too, oh, that's my
Your
main
gridlock,
now. Gridlock, yep,
big
fucking
thickens.
cakes, bro. Give me them
Oh,
booty cheeks.
just kidding. She ain't my type, bro. She's a little too thick for me, and
She's got
manly.
that man chin too. Yeah,
Yeah, she's a man.
yeah. So
She's
I'd say
sneeze. What's it called?
gridlock for attack and legion for defend.
What do they call those Amazonian chicks on Futurama?
Oh
Snoo
fuck, I
snoo?
don't know.
I don't know what they
Snoo
call it.
snoo. That's a South Park thing. Snooky wants snoo snoo. I played a lot of Rook too. Anyway, did you get the game? The little video pulled up. Did you watch it yet?
Oh no, I didn't know you wanted me to watch it just now. I put the 23-minute mark and then just wrote to write it down.
Oh, well, we
But
just kept talking.
You want me to pull it up
If you want to share your
on
screen, we can.
on screen for
I
everyone to
want to
watch?
see your live. Yeah, I want your live reaction.
All right, we'll pull it up. Siege X
Yeah.
reveal.
Siege X. It's not a reveal. I'll tell you my speculation, and I'll tell you James's speculation on it. And James actually might be right.
Wix. One platform, any website. Unlimited creation.
So we'll see. I don't know. I feel like Ubisoft can't save anything from sinking right now.
I'm playing it right now.
Like,
I'm playing it right now.
okay, go ahead, you watch it.
Okay, the C4 just exploded. Oh, it's an X! Oh, it's just gonna change! Alright. Sorry. Lives are gonna change.
I don't think so.
It was an X! All there was an X. Is that what you watched?
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Oh no, dude. 200,000
What do
views.
you think? What do you think?
I think they're starving to come back. They have no other option. They're like, dear God, Siege, save us. I know we fucked you. I know we fucked all your players. But please, God, people come back. We need something.
This is the comment right here. This guy says Ubisoft works backwards. And then this guy shares my sentiment towards this game and Ubisoft in general. He said, "My life became so much happier and easier the day I decided to stop playing this game."
Dude, the top thing sponsored on my YouTube. I'm not signed into YouTube. I opened a blank YouTube for this. Zelda t-shirts and the ultimate gay test. That's what it's advertising to me on YouTube.
The ultimate gay test. It must know something about you.
It must. It must.
So,
And The Witcher, who women like The Witcher. So I'm sure.
the TV show or the video game?
The TV. They like Cavill. My lady likes Cavill. Shout out to my lady.
Does she know he's hardcore, like, conservative?
I think you asked me about that. I'll have to tell her.
Okay, so what do you
I'm
think
conservative
that
and she likes
this
me.
Siege X? Yeah, what do you think this all lefty women like conservative men? We balance them, and they balance us. That's how it's supposed to be. Men and women aren't the same. Anyway, irrelevant. What do you think that this reveal is? They're going transgender? I mean, come on.
No, I have no idea.
Chat.
I have no idea, dude. I have no idea.
So
It's to be more like paintball arena game, like 5v5.
no, I think it's going to be the same game. What I originally thought was they're announcing this and it's going to go free to play. Finally, this game should have been free to play long ago. But Grant said that James thinks that it just means season 10 or like chapter 10 or something like that.
Oh, it could. It could.
Or year 10.
Yeah. I
So
bet it could.
there's that. To be honest, I don't think they can save that game. I think the people who play it are going to be the people who continue to play it. I lost interest in that game a long time ago because I hate to say this and I say it to Grant all the time, but I hate Counter-Strike. But what Counter-Strike does right is its simplicity. It's a 5v5 shooter with grenades and smokes and flashes. That's it. And that game is still one of the more popular games to this day. So why Ubisoft turned what was a somewhat close to real life game into a fantasy shooter with heroes that have abilities that are, almost, I don't know. They took the realism out of it, basically.
Most of the newer abilities are, inhuman. Like the dude that can run through walls.
I mean, I guess
Or,
somebody
I
could.
don't know. Yeah.
I,
Or
they went the
jump
wrong
through
way.
hatches.
It's well, I'm just trying to think because I don't even know some of the build. Like, so there's a new guy. I don't even know what his name is, but he has this little purple fart machine.
Yeah,
And
Fenrir.
yeah, Fenrir, fucking taking it in the Fenrir. When you like that thing is so stupid because it cloaks itself. You can't see it. It's hard to shoot at it. I'm pretty sure it's armored, and
It makes a loud noise.
it makes a loud noise. It fucks your vision up. It does so much to your character, and it makes it so much easier for the other team to just be like, oh, yep, purple farts are going off. Like, I'm just gonna pre-fire this corner. Like it's just I don't know. The game doesn't feel more. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as a fan of Tarkov, like
I would
that game
play
fucks
it.
you harder than anything else.
I would play it if you guys played with me, but alone I couldn't do it. I got burnt out.
Yeah, I can't play
I
solo in
don't
that
miss
game.
it right now.
If it's not free, I won't be
There's
playing it
such a
anyway.
learning curve, man. Memorizing the spots on each map, it's like
Well, that's the
insufferable.
other thing that they did. They changed the maps. Like my whole thing is why change the maps when you can just make a new map? Do you
Any
remember when did you start playing?
They changed all the maps right after I started. So I
So you
played
weren't
for 3 or 4 months and then they changed all the maps.
so you weren't there like I was there like week 1.
No, nope.
Oh, okay. So I've been playing it since like
I started playing in 2018,
I don't know what year we started playing it. It was probably 2016 is when it came out.
somewhere around there, probably. Yeah,
Something like that.
maybe
Yeah.
even sooner.
Anyway, yeah, it might have been 2015, which is crazy to think about. But I mean, we played for 5 years, but the problem is they took all these maps that we had all loved and they changed everything for the pro league. And the pros are about 0.0001 of the population that plays the game. So they were changing the game for a group of people that is so small that it doesn't matter. And I really you know the competitive map they made was like in the middle of an arena.
Yeah,
Pro League should have just played on those. They shouldn't have played on maps in the game because then they wouldn't be able to influence people to have certain play styles on maps. It would be more organic understanding of what's going on.
I'm curious where they get their analytics to make the decisions. Because they have to be heavily influenced by analytics, but for us to seem like they always seem to be making the wrong decisions, what kind of specialists are looking at the statistics and the analytics of everything? You
I
know?
feel like if they didn't change anything, they would have done better than if they followed the statistics. I mean, if a
We
map doesn't get played, well, oh well, nobody plays that map. You don't got to take it out of the game or change it to make it because every map is the same now.
I
They're
teach
all the same map.
I teach today. We were talking about in sports media and marketing. We were talking about product product enhancements and product extensions. And I should have brought up video games because think about how many extensions they've done or enhancements they've done that have ruined the game. Let's enhance all these maps and make them pro style. Ruin Rainbow Six. Let's add extensions of DLC that no one likes. Like, I don't want to say no one likes, but some of the older Call of Duty extensions for maps were not very good. You get like the older Modern Warfare 2
Expansions?
expansions, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was before they
I'm
called it
talking in
DLC.
like a marketing word. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you.
But anyway,
Yeah.
well, anything positive that you've seen lately
No,
that's
no,
exciting
it's
you?
2025. Bitcoin's slow as fuck.
Well, it's hovering.
Yeah, which is a good or bad thing. It's either gonna go up or down. So, I mean, realistically, it's just boring. Um,
Give me your Bitcoin.
I no, yeah, give me your Bitcoin. I don't have much to say. I mean, realistically, on YouTube, I don't even really watch gaming stuff anymore. I mostly watch stuff like Beard Meets Food. You ever watch him?
Yeah, I watch. What have I been watching? Whistling Diesel
Body cam
sometimes,
videos.
different things like that.
I can't watch Whistling Diesel.
I watch
He's too much of
NASCAR,
a
man.
doofus.
NASCAR.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly that I
And
watched
guns.
lately, body cam footage. I've been watching. I watched.
I don't want to go down
I
that
faded
rabbit
out
hole.
of that. What body cam footage?
Yeah.
Oh, I could go into it. My lady hates when I start talking about certain high fuck, what's the word? I'm not even high.
Sorry.
High profile cases that
Oh.
have body cam footage, and I talk about it, and I'm like, have you seen the body cam? It's like, nope. And I'm like, then you can't even talk about it because what you heard is a manipulation of the actual truth. But anyway,
You're
if
crazy,
you know
man.
what I'm talking
You're
about, you
going.
know what I'm talking
You're a
about.
conspiracy theorist.
How is it a conspiracy? I watched the
Okay.
body cam footage.
Yeah.
It was AI generated, I'm sure, not even real.
Yep. Oh, well,
But
in other news, for those of you guys who don't know, I had a head issue the other day, so I ended up going to the doctor, the ER, had to call the ambulance. Had something similar. They don't know if it's
couldn't drive.
hemiplegic migraine or a minor stroke.
For those of us who don't know, what is a herpes migraine?
Hemiplegic migraine is hallucinogen, or you're hallucinating, you're losing limb functionality, confusion, dizziness, but at the same time, I was having some facial droopage, so they think it was more so possibly a minor stroke. I haven't gotten the CT scan with contrast to see if it's a stroke, and the one way to certify whether or not it would be a stroke would be to look at an MRI for damage, because there would be damage. So I have to try and get an MRI, and then I'm hoping to talk to a neurologist because my brain still isn't back to normal, and it happened last Tuesday, and we're shooting on February 18th, so it is now Tuesday. It's been 7 days, and I'm not feeling very good still. Hence the glasses, blue light glasses.
Try and keep stimulation to a medium or
Yeah.
a minimum.
What's that in your hand? Is that a rolling paper?
Nope, it's a piece of masking tape.
Oh.
I haven't actually smoked weed in about 3 weeks.
That's because it was just Valentine's Day, baby. You ain't got nothing to worry about when it's Valentine's weekend.
No, I need to get high all the time. No, I just haven't. I usually grow my own shit, and I ran out, and I can't give people money. I know what it costs to grow weed, and I just can't give people money to get high. So I might be done
You know
for a
people by
while
where she
until I grow
lives?
again. What?
Do you know people by where she
No, I'm
lives?
talking about from California, where I was involved in the industry out there. I just
Oh.
know there's clubs out here. It's legal here, so there's
Right.
dispensaries all over the place.
Anything else? So you said you had some things to talk about. We talked State of Play. We talked Rainbow Six Siege
It was the
X.
siege thing. It was the siege thing I really wanted to talk about because I wanted to know what your thoughts were on it. Because for me, I'm just
I
like, what are they thinking? It's a little late now.
I lean into James in saying that the X is for 10. 10 years.
10 years, right?
Yeah.
And is it oh, that's one thing. Did you play the 2v2 mode they had for a while in the Western? It was a Western 2v2 on Siege. It was like a special mode they had.
No, I didn't.
Me and Grant agree, and I hate bringing him up all the time, but we agree that that was peak Siege. So it was 2v2, and you only had the two weapons, the 44 mag revolver and the lever action shotgun. Is it a lever action or just a split? It's just the split shotgun. It has like the stacked, not side by side, but. And it was all cowboy themed. That's why you might have seen some of the cowboy skins.
How
But
recent
it was
was this?
discussed. Oh God, long time ago, probably like 7 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe not so long ago. It was actually probably more like 4 or 5 years ago. But it was just a 2v2 game mode, and you'd go in, and it was just quick action. Each round was very short, and the map was tiny. So it was just, oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. I
They,
wish
they used to
they
do
would
some
have just
2v2
ran with
modes
that.
in Call of Duty that were fun too.
Yeah,
Um,
World War II had the. Did you play World War II?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I thought that wasn't a bad game. It was okay.
No, I didn't dislike it too much, but they had the little like before the match started, they had a little warm up area where they had like the little 1v1
The
thing
barracks
at the
or whatever
bottom.
they call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was super fun.
The HQ.
I like, yeah, I like the 1v1, 2v2, 3v3 game modes. They're just faster,
Why
There's more
did
team than
people shit on that game? Not a bad game. It was okay. Middle of the road. The first Modern Warfare that came out had some good gun mechanics too. Like not the original Modern Warfare
I know
Call
you're
of Duty
talking
4,
about,
but
yeah.
the
The
first
first rebrand
yeah, the first
of
rebrand
mod, yeah.
came out and had good gun mechanics.
I
And
didn't play that
the
one.
maps though, the maps are just whoever makes these maps, man, they need to fire them and get them out of there.
The doc.
He didn't make, yeah, he made them
I'm
for
just kidding.
the doc made maps for fucking shit games. I don't know. He
I
made them
don't know
for,
what he did.
and I love the doc, but he made them for Ghosts, and he made them for
Ghost was
one other
Ghost
game.
was one of the first Call of Duty games I decided I wasn't gonna buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Camper.
I was never loyal to Call of Duty because I actually once I played Battlefield preferred the Battlefield recipe more. But it was still something that everybody was like, "Oh, new Call of Duty's coming out. We're gonna play." So you jump on the new Call of Duty for 6 months or whatever, and then retire it. I don't know. The last one I really liked was Black Ops 2. That was the last Call of Duty I really enjoyed.
You like Black Cops, huh?
Yep. Black Cops Matter.
You ever seen Ed Bassmaster's Black Ops skit where he
No.
calls
Ed
GameStop?
Bassmaster is so cringy. That guy is so cringy. Oh my God. I can't watch him. He's funny, but I can't watch it. I'm just like,
Dude calls GameStop and he's like, "Yeah, I'm calling about your guys' game Black Cops. Yeah, about the two Black Cops. I got this shooter game," and he's like going into it about how he doesn't have the Black Cops game that he was wanting. Yeah.
yeah, he's probably the cringiest person on YouTube because
Yeah.
his character is so good. Like, it's so good, it's believable.
Dude, do you think he gets tired of doing it, or do you think he likes doing it at this point?
How he's been doing it forever. I mean, forever.
Dude's lucky
So
he
I don't
hasn't got
know.
himself beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'd have to ask him that one. I can't talk for the man. I know that
I loved him
if
when
I
I
had a
was a
character,
younger guy. Like, freshman, sophomore, 15 years old. I thought he was really
Yeah.
funny.
I've always had a problem watching people who do cringy things.
I do too
I-
now. I
Yeah.
don't know. It wasn't. There's a girl in my class, and she watches people do prank stuff at Walmart all the time. Ugh,
That's
it's
cringy to me.
horrible to watch. Yeah,
That's cringy because I feel
I
like
say
those
the same
people should
thing.
get shot. Like,
That's
as wrong as it is, I feel like those people should just get one tapped and just like, it's not entertaining. Like, you're
Yeah, they're just
entertaining
pranking
14-year-old girl, obviously. It's not even pranking. It's annoying. They're annoying people. Like the people
Yeah.
who throw stuff over the aisle and like hit people in the head.
It's like that. I think that's why the pal video is so awesome. When that dude's like, "Oh, what's he say?" There's an older guy and he's like, in the grocery store yelling at guys, "You're not that guy.
Mhm.
You're not that guy, pal." Because they were trying to fuck with that guy.
Well, you seen the
They
kid.
were getting political on him too.
That's stupid. You seen the kid that he's in like a mall and he's fucking with this guy, and dude shoots him.
Ooh, no.
I thought the guy who was annoying him should have gone to jail, not the guy who shot. The guy who shot was, in my opinion, in the right. But, that's just me.
People
I'm a
always
cynic.
gaslighting. There's one I like where they're fucking with people, where a dude pretends to be blind and he's sexually licking on an ice cream cone. And all the women are like watching and they're getting all excited. And then he does it to a guy and the guy tries to throw on him. and he just whips out the blind stick. That's funny.
I,
But
I'm not saying that there is no funny ones. I'm saying majority of them are not funny.
yeah,
Like like I never got into like the Roman Atwood era of cringe videos. Like
I don't even know
pranks
who
in
that
the
is.
hood gone wrong.
Anytime you're inconveniencing someone or ruining their day, it's not funny.
Nope, not funny. And I feel like you should. I mean, I hate to say it because it makes me sound like an asshole, but I wouldn't mind watching you get deleted and not your YouTube channel.
Ooh. So I heard that our YouTube thumbnail was a little spicy.
The poop
Um,
one?
yeah, because so I've
Yeah,
seen some
because of your
friends,
caption at the bottom.
Taylor Swift, they put you're lame if you're making fun of Taylor Swift getting booed because
Why?
she's just a woman enjoying a sport. And I guess in regard like just let the woman enjoy her sport, right? Let the woman watch the sport. Why did they have to put her on the camera? It's the NFL.
Um,
Like it's them, you know.
if she was enjoying the sport, she could watch from her house. She's enjoying people looking at her at the sport.
Ooh.
So
That's
you
why
can
she
tell your
goes.
friends they should probably rethink their logic on that one.
But she's dating Travis Kelsey.
So go sit in the fucking crowd with the fucking hood over your head. Why do you gotta be who you are? Like, oh, but she shouldn't have to hide herself, is what they're gonna say. Yeah, well, she shouldn't make outlandish statements then. She should just be to herself all the time.
Yeah, they seem to pan to her in the suite the moment anything happens with Travis Kelsey. It's
I don't
like
even know who
they've got
Travis
a
Kelsey
camera
is.
on
So.
there. It's her boyfriend from the Chiefs. They've got a camera on her at all times, I think, and they just wait to flip it on. You know, I'm sure.
I don't understand why anybody likes her. I don't get it. I guess I'm not retarded, so it.
I I don't have a problem with her, but I don't understand. I understand. I don't
Yeah.
understand why they do that stuff. We always understand. We're not dumb, but
I I used to
it's just
have her back when Kanye
cover my
first
mouth.
took the microphone from her. And then as things went on, I was like, not so irritated by it anymore. Even though Kanye's a fool and a half, but still,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You pulled the Kanye joke on me earlier by asking me what continent I'm from.
Is that something he would say?
What nationality are you? What nationality are even you?
Yeah. If you're doing
Uh,
that to be annoying, please stop.
is that the young one?
I don't know. It's one of
Lonely?
them. They're all trying to annoy me right now. They just got
So,
home from the store.
people in Not Married to the Nameville who watch this podcast, Deuce, why don't you explain to us? You just built a studio.
No, it's a bedroom. Here, I can pan my camera. I basically built
You built a desk.
a gigantic desk and I painted all the walls in here. So that's like her workstation now over here. And it's all butcher block, like inch and a half thick butcher block. Got some custom cabinetry on the back, and then I'm still redoing the whole room. There's actually behind me is a TV thing I'm working on. I was staining the wood and painting certain parts of it. So excuse me.
Nice.
So
I would
it's
like
been
to
fun.
get a
I'm not
new
really
desk soon.
build one.
Where do you well, I don't not in this house because this house is too small. So I couldn't get it in and out.
Build one.
I'd have
Just
to
build it to take it apart. So
yeah.
I mean, realistically, you need it. I mean, this desk is overkill because this is, built in, attached to the wall. But you could literally build a solid ass desk with some 4x4 and a solid piece of ply. Like, obviously you're gonna need a little bit of structuring. It can't just be fucking 4x4s screwed down to the top. Technically, it could, but you're gonna want something to keep it from swaying.
Where'd you
But
get the butcher
realistically,
block?
Home Depot.
Is it expensive?
There's three different sizes of it, and then there's different types of wood. And we got the 8-foot slabs, so I got two 8-foot slabs. Hold on, and they were like 300 and something each.
You got to pee or what? Okay.
This
Close the door and lock
guy.
it behind you.
Sorry.
You're good.
And lock it behind you. Anyway, are you writing down a timestamp for that?
No. We don't need to. Hello.
She's famous.
World
Anyway.
famous. At the
World
desk.
famous. You're going to get about maybe one person that makes it this far into the video.
Yeah. My girlfriend. From...
Yeah, your girlfriend or
yeah.
her, she might see herself.
Yeah.
Hey, at least we have supportive women in our lives, right?
Yeah. That's the one thing.
As big of a shitter as I am.
Yep. All right. 55 minutes, my friend. I think that might be a good spot to call her.
We pulled it off. It wasn't the most eventful thing, and I didn't know what we were talking about the whole time because I slacked on watching the State of Play. I really didn't want to watch it, but, you know, maybe next week we'll have a little more structure and
Dude,
a little more understanding.
The State of Play was so underwhelming that our podcast is more exciting than watching the State of Play. And that was 45 minutes. This is 55 minutes. So it's more, I bet we're more entertaining. And we're not even that entertaining.
No, we're not. Not at all. We're both wearing glasses and we're bald.
Yep. The baldness.
Yep, unleash the baldness.
All right, Deuce, take us out here.
Well, I don't really do the outro. That's you. I don't know what I'm saying.
All right. Thank you guys for watching Not Married to the Name. Stay
go.
tuned next time. Give us a like and subscribe if you have not yet. We would really appreciate that. We're going to keep
If you
bringing
have
guys
a
more
huge
content.
penis, like and subscribe, or a tight vagina.
Only the biggest penises and the tightest vaginas like and subscribe to Not Married to the Name. All right. Take it easy, guys.